What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have not, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. And if you're ready for NFL playoffs, please smash that like button. Let's jump in today because we're talking NFL playoffs. Let's go. So, week 16s begin, and New Orleans Saints finally clinched NFC South. And I am on USA Today, and this is a article that was updated on Christmas, which was yesterday. Hopefully you guys had a great Christmas, and hopefully it wasn't too cold. I think it probably was, because it was cold even in Arkansas. So, let's jump into it. Kansas City Chiefs, of course, are AFC West champions. A win or loss by either the Bills or Steelers secures home field advantage. My thing about home field advantage this year is, doesn't really matter, because yes and no. You can have, I think, some fans, I don't know what their policies are going to be for the playoffs. However, you can't have a packed house. So I'd rather have a packed house. A few fans, yeah, that's better than nothing. But I'd rather have a packed house to screaming fans and so forth. And I think that's a lot of people, not just me, in my opinion. So how are the playoffs going to fare? We're kind of new to all this. So is it going to hurt for them not to have home field advantage? Honestly, it's the Chiefs, so I don't think it's going to hurt. But will it hurt other teams? I really don't know. I think a lot of teams do strive off of fans and their loudness and everything in between and their support. So I don't know. But I think Kansas City is really going to still bring the heat this playoffs. I think they're a huge contender, and I think they're going to go pretty far again. Buffalo Bills, they were AFC East champions. Their division titleist for the first time in 25 years. After embarrassing the Broncos in Denver, top seed is virtually out of reach given Buffalo lost to Kansas City in Week 6. However, Buffalo, do not count them out. I feel like they can be contenders in this, and I don't think that they're going to give up quite yet. I think they're going to go in the playoffs strong-hearted, and I think they're going to keep fighting as long as they can. Just do not count them out. I do count them as contenders. Pittsburgh Steelers, they are AFC North leaders. Failed to wrap up division, just about play themselves out of conversation for home field and first round bye. Just need a win to wrap up the division. I think these are pretenders in the playoffs this year. The Steelers are not going to make it. They looked good beginning, and they just kept losing. So they lost to the Bengals at the end of last week, I believe it was. My days are just running together. I don't know about you all. So yeah, I do not think that they're going to be in it to win it. I think they are pretenders. They're not going to go very far. Moving on. Tennessee Titans. They are AFC South leaders. Win gives them a playoff berth, and they'll secure division if Colts lose in Pittsburgh. Which, likely, the way that Pittsburgh's been playing, the Colts may actually beat them. A loss by the Dolphins or Ravens also puts Tennessee into field. Now, Tennessee Titans, I'm not going to say that if they're contenders or pretenders. I feel like they do maybe have a slight chance, and I'm talking about very slight chance, to make it pretty far in the playoffs. But I think that they're going to go into this as strong as they can and have that mindset of let's do something this year again. So I really like this team that Tennessee does have. They do have 4 losses on them, but they are also AFC South leaders right now, and I don't think that I think that they do have a good chance of clinching the AFC South. Cleveland Browns are 10-4, wild card number 1. They're playoff bound for the first time since 2002 with a victory against the Jets, assuming either Baltimore or Miami lose. Now, Cleveland, I kind of count them as a pretender just because they really haven't proven to me a whole lot that they're going to be playoff pretenders. Yes, they are contenders, but they have played pretty well. However, I just don't think it's enough to make it against a lot of these good teams. But they may have a slight chance, but I would not put it past that they would make it pretty far. And if they do make it to playoffs, they may lose second week, but I don't see them losing in the first week depending on who they play. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, I'm going to update all the playoffs this year, so I cannot wait for that. I want to update them weekly. Okay, Indianapolis Colts, they're wild card number 2. They're into field with a win and lost by Ravens or Fins. However, I'm not accused on the Colts. I really don't think that they are going to be contenders. I think they're more likely to be pretenders. But that's just me. Miami Dolphins are 9-5, wild card number 3. Need to beat Las Vegas on Saturday night as they try to fend off hard charging Ravens. Now, Miami, it's not their year. I'm just saying that right now. Moving on. Baltimore Ravens, 9-5. First team out of field. Their 6-5 record against AFC clubs. Currently has them looking up at the Browns. Colts and Dolphins, 8-6-4 within the conference. Baltimore Ravens, if they do make it, they're going to lose in the first week, depending on who they play. I just don't see them being the team that they should be, maybe next year, but not this year, I don't feel like. NFC, Green Bay Packers. They're 11-3 NFC North champions. A win plus a Seahawks defeat means Pack gets to stay at Lambeau Field in January. However, I think Green Bay are contenders, and I think they are going to make it in the playoffs pretty decently. However, I don't know how far that they will go, but needless to say, I think that they are going to do pretty decent. New Orleans Saints, NFC South champions, won division for 4th consecutive season on Christmas, but they'll need a lot of help to reclaim number 1 seed. I think they are contenders. I think the Saints do have a lot more work that they need to work on before playoffs, but I think they do have a pretty decent chance of going pretty far, and they are contenders in my book. Seattle Seahawks are 10-4 NFC West leaders, playoff bound for the 8th time in QB Russell Wilson's 9-year career. They win the division by beating the Rams on Sunday. However, Seattle has kind of had a rocky road this year. Am I right, or is it just me? Seattle can be contenders. However, it's going to take a lot of strength from their team, and it's going to take Russell Wilson stepping up double time and overtime to lead this team to victories in playoffs. Washington football team are 6-8 NFC East leaders. Of course, they'll probably clinch. I feel like they will clinch their division with a win plus a loss by the Giants. It's been a horrible division for them. However, I think Washington's got it in the bag. They won't make it very far in the playoffs, but I think they're improving enough to where next year they may do a little tad bit better, but we will see. Los Angeles Rams, 9-5 wild card number 1, suffered humiliating loss to the Jets. Failed to clinch. Let's just not even read all that. They're not contenders in this playoffs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 9-5, wild card number 2. Bucs will advance to postseason. First, I want to say this. Tom Brady knows how to play in playoffs. Gronk knows how to play in playoffs. So you have these two players right now that's been there, done that kind of thing. They know how to lead this team. Tom Brady knows how to lead a pack of players in playoffs, and he knows how to play under pressure. Will he do it? I think he will be kind of successful. They will be contenders, but I do not think that they're going to make it all the way. It will be shocking if they do, but Tom Brady knows how to handle business when business is handed to him. Arizona Cardinals, I do not think that they are going to be anywhere close. Oh, first of all, that's if Tampa Bay can win the wild card to make it to playoffs. Arizona Cardinals, they're not going to be in it. They're contenders, or they're pretenders. They're done. They're not doing it. Chicago Bears, I don't think that they will actually make it. So, we're not even going to discuss the Bears. So, who do you all think that's going to make it to the playoffs? Please comment down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Stay tuned for my thoughts on NFL playoffs coming up, I think, next week or two. Hopefully the bowl games are going well for you guys. My bowl record right now is not very great like I wanted it to be. I'm kind of scared to actually check it in the past couple of days. So, because I know I picked teams that I shouldn't have picked, and that was my bad. I started off strong with 3-0, and I didn't complete it. So, anyway, hopefully you guys have a great Saturday and Sunday. Stay tuned for more episodes this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See ya.